Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Greetings to you. Welcome. I see Will Bennett's out there. Will, good to see you. Hold on 1 second. Let me move that to the outside. I think that's going to be a little better. And Rory's not with us today. Let me switch immediately to this view so you see what I'm looking at here. I just started running this, and we got this unusual exception here. No such host is known. Inner exception, no such host is known. Interestingly enough, it's for Will. So I guess Will is, I think, we were at the user joined. Let's just go in here first since the dialog is up. Inner exception, anything else? Nope, that's it. So looks like there's some sort of problem. I'm not exactly sure what this is. Let's see if we can bring the call stack up and see what's going on here. So I got a call from get user right here. At least that's where I was when we came into the user joined piece came in here. So I am not, we have a new I'm not exactly sure what this is. So get users coming back here like this. I am thinking I can just put that in a try catch maybe. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but interesting. It's like my selection embedding stuff isn't working. That's interesting. Let's do this. Try catch. Do that. And what's this? Run active statement. Okay. Let's do this. Let's come down here, set the next statement down to there. And then now that that's there, now I can, wonder if now I can type in letter C. There we go. So CodeRushed, I think, was realizing it was an active block. No, wait, what? Nope, still not, even though it's not the active block anymore. I feel like I'm out of this. Let's see if I can do it now. Looks like I did it now. Look at that time. I just hit F10 one more time. And then, what is it, debugger? I thought there was a dot break. Okay, we'll do that. And then we'll get out of there. And I'll just run it for now. And we'll see if we show up there anymore. Okay. So welcome. Hugo's out there. Welcome, Hugo. Good to have you with us as well. So today, let me show you what we're going to work on. We're going to continue our timeline. We're in part 3 of this thing. We made some great progress yesterday. Yesterday we have the ability to drag these. I'm inside PowerPoint right now, but we have the ability to move these around like this. And what I want to do is I want to add another piece to the end here. Just another rectangle that'll be like a little different color. And when I move the mouse over it, I want to see the resize cursor showing up there. And then I want to be able to click and drag that to change the length of a particular effect. And it just occurred to me if it's not a locked set length. So, for example, an MP3 file would have a fixed length, and maybe an animation would have a fixed length. But other pieces that were not locked down, you could change the length of them. And so that's what I want to do. So we'll have to add a property like, is it locked or not, to determine whether or not this shows up. But that's kind of what I want to do here. So that's it. I want to do that. The other thing I want to do too is as we drag this thing, as we either drag the left or right, I want to put a little hint up here that tells me what my start time is. So it's, something that looks like this right here. Let's shrink that down a bit. But I'm looking for, like, as I move this thing left or right, I want to see this thing go with it, like that. So we're going to create an adorner for this to draw that. So let's do that. Let's do, I guess, both of these right now. We'll kind of get right into the code. Here's the app. The app I've got is the TimeLine app. And it is, let me put it out in the, I'll get you the source code out to this here as well. Hugo's asking about changing playback speed. That's not in my list of what I want to do, but certainly you could kind of do that. That would kind of overall affect it. Or are you thinking as I stretch something out that has a fixed length, it changes the playback speed? I see. I'm not going to need that in the context of this app. So I'm still going to have locking, but it's certainly that it's something that we could do. Here's the source code right there. I put the link out there in the chat room. Episode 100 began. Rory's not with us, unfortunately, today. I think he's at a user group meeting today. That's how much this guy loves to code. So he's out there doing that. And so, but as always, we appreciate his contribution, whether he's here or not. If he's just here in spirit. I think he's probably going to be. I've got a Rory 2000 in my mind, and it says things like, in a British accent, like, well, Mark, you might want to try this instead. So we'll see how that goes. So there's the code. That code is the same code as we left off with yesterday. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to go in and I want to add another rectangle out over into here. We can't really see this because it's in the data template here, so we're going to have to use our imagination as we do it. I think I'm just going to copy this one right here. So I'm just using selection increase to grab that. And then I'm going to put it right here between the main rectangle and the text block that puts the name, that draws the name on top. So I'm just going to paste this right in here. And I don't think we need the grid column 1 because there's no columns in this thing anymore. We'll do that. I'm going to go ahead and keep that same binding to the index. This was something we added yesterday, which was kind of a workaround to a bug. Basically, the tag of the rectangle holds the index entry, which allows us to know which one we're clicking on. Because when we just get that mouse down event for the rectangle, all of them have the same event handler, and there's no great way to identify them that we found. We tried going out using the visual tree to get to the parent list box item. But it was a little squirrely. It wasn't working like we were expecting to. So we tried this, and this totally worked. So we're like, okay, well, it works. I'm not a huge fan of setting tags to things to solve problems, but it works. All right, so there's the fill there. CodeRushed is installed, so I've got, and by the way, I'm inside of Visual Studio 2019 preview version 16.0.0 preview 4.3. So I think pretty sure that's the latest one. So I'm going to come in here. I've got CodeRushed installed. That means I've got a color swatch underneath color references in XAML and C# and all over the place. So I'm going to click that. And I'm just going to bring this up here so we get something the same hue, but a little lighter and a little less saturated, like that. And so we'll do that. So we've changed its color. Its margin. Now its width, I don't care about. I'm not going to change its width. I want this to be a fixed width. So we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to come up here and set the fixed width. So I'll say it's equal to maybe 6. Okay. So there's the width. And we don't want the margin to correlate to the start of the event. We actually want it to correlate to the end of the event, like that. Which, guess what, I don't have yet. I wonder if I can drill into these. Let me just see if I can drill in. Nope. Doesn't see it. Can't resolve that. Because the binding type is maybe not anywhere nearby. That's probably it. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to go into, is it here? It's the entry, I think, right? TimeLine entry. Here we go. There's duration. That's what I was just trying to drill into. And I want to create a new property called end. And I'm just going to use CodeRushed templates to do this. So I'm going to type in, I want it to be read-only, so I'll type in R for read-only. I want it to be of type time span, like that. And I'm going to calculate it, so I'm going to put a comma out at the end, and I'll hit the space bar like that. And so we'll call this end, like this. And then now I can add my own code here, and I'm going to say this is equal to duration. Actually, it's better if I say start plus duration, like that. Yeah, Hugo says can't F12 since there's no data type defined on the data template. Whoa, which makes me wonder, hey, can I do that? Data template. Is there a property here called type? Data type? And then it's like X type, I think, something like that. X colon type. Whoops, I've lost that. X colon type. And then I'm going to specify timeline entry. Oh my gosh, is that going to be awesome now if this works? If I try to drill in? Oh, it still doesn't work. I really want it to work. Huh. Okay. And then for duration, same problem, I bet. Okay, guess it's not working. Okay, I wouldn't by chance require a rebuild, would it? Let's see if that rebuild succeeded one more time. Nope, doesn't let me do it. Well, I'm sad about that. I figured that would have been my solution. If anybody out there knows of a better way to get this fixed, that would be great. Mr. AnnouncerBot is not in the house, according to Will. Sorry, I just missed that, and I see it now. I'm kind of got evidence Mr. AnnouncerBot is here. But, oh, no, Mr. AnnouncerBot, wait, it's because of the screen we're in. When we're in this view right here, there are no overlays. So let me switch over here, and that should load up Mr. AnnouncerBot. And let's see, did I miss anything else up here? Nope. Okay. Rory really is quite awesome. Yeah, he is. I agree with you, Hugo, on that. Oops, sorry about that. All right. Okay. So we've got our new rectangle right down here. We're setting its margin and we're aligning it to the end. So it's going to work just like the one that aligns to the start, but we're going to put it at the end. We've added our new, in our timeline entry, we've added our new end property. And let's just see if that works. That would be like a record. Oh my gosh, it works. Okay, so here we go. So I think I've just set a record for the fastest from starting a show to actually getting something, you know, for making code change to actually sing it and having it actually work. So cool. I want to change this so when I hover over it, I can see a mouse resize cursor. So where is it? Here. So we'll come in here and we're going to say cursor. And this is one of the, I think it's new in 2019. I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not, you know, I could be totally wrong in that. I suspect it's new. I'm going to grab this, but this cool feature where I can edit the XAML while I'm running. Look at that. And now I've got this cool resize cursor on the ends here, right here. And okay, so we have a slight problem here in that the end, this little end resize thing is not moving when I move the pieces. So let's see if we can fix that. Let me set a breakpoint on, not on duration, actually on start. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I do this. Do the same thing down here when the duration changes too. And run and watch it. Cool. So that one's fixed. And then this one's off to the side, but as soon as I drag it or move it, there we go. Nice. Okay, so that's really not bad at all. That's super cool. It looks functional, but it's not. We need to make it functional. The other thing I want to do is I want to, as I drag it, I want to put a little indicator here, like I was talking about at the beginning of the show, that tells me where it's starting. And if I drag this one and move it, I want another indicator. I guess we'll do the indicators next. Let's actually make this work. Okay. So I want to go in and to timeline. I think I'm going to have to stop it because I need to set some event handlers. And I'm pretty sure I can't create event handlers while I'm running. Well, let's try it. Why not? Let's try it. Let's see. This is my second rectangle. I actually copied the event handlers over when I copied the control, but I want these to have a different set of event handlers. So let's, nope, that's right. We can't do this. So I'm going to kill it and I'll create those event handlers really quickly here for this. Okay, there's my first one. New event handler. Over here, there's a new event handler. and over here. New event handler. Okay. Now let's go look at some code. Okay, here are the event handlers that we've created. This is the mouse wheel. Roy wanted us to add this yesterday. We've not added this yet. Add mouse wheel support. No hand cursor? You want a hand cursor for the rectangle drag? All right, let's do it. I don't care. I'm okay with that. I kind of like the one we had, but I'm like also, you know, I'm like cursor. Oh, wait. The hand is a grabbing one. Yeah, I do want that one, actually. I do want that one. Yeah, I think that's a good suggestion. Okay. Back over here to the code. So preview mouse down. Let's go take a look at our existing handler for this. Let's see. We don't need this anymore. We can kill that. And this is our preview mouse down, our existing preview mouse down for the main rectangle. Let's just review the code here for a second. We're going to set handle to false. At the end, we set it to true if we get all the way down there. We get the center as a rectangle. Now, we have two different rectangles now, right? But we're going to use the tag of it, so it doesn't matter. So this code actually is the same on both. Everything from here to here and from here to here is going to be the same. In fact, even this is the same here. So we've got a lot of code in common here. Let's see where it differs. Index is not equal to selected index, then I'm okay with that. That would be the same too. Mouse down X is get position. That's the same. Entry is equal to the selected entry. Wow. I think everything is essentially the same with maybe the exception of this right here. It's not really the mouse down start time. It's now the actual time. I'm actually thinking what we can do is let's just do this. We're going to call this the mouse down time, I think is what I'm going to call that. And instead of having two different event handlers, instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to, where is it? I'm going to say, I'm just going to use the main one because that one looks totally good to me. All right. So then we're going to do a mouse move. And let's look at my mouse move and see what's in common here. This is equal to get position dot x. This x distance move is still the same. This is all the same from here to here. This looks the same. The time moved is looking the same. This is different. So this is the piece that needs to change. Also, I'm just noticing I never had a e handled equals true here, which I should definitely put here as well, like that. Hugo Dahl says, thanks, I like that toss you caught in motion. Will Bennett says, bank shot. Yeah, you know, I have, speaking of which, hold on a second. Let me see if I can grab this up here. Hold on a second. Let me go find the, where is it? Assets. Do I have this asset out here? It's really fun. Oh yeah, this is it. I think I've shown this before, but this is kind of an idea for where I thought we would take the game. Like this, where there would be a essentially a basketball hoop that would come in from the side and then change its height, and there might be a wall to key, and everybody would be on the left and try to be shooting baskets into here, which I thought was pretty cool, but I could not. I was kind of stuck on the physics of the bounce near here and here, near these 2 points of the basket. I thought I could do it, but I was like, okay. So we kind of set it off to the end. But that's kind of a mock-up of what I was playing with. All right, back to the code here.
Back to the code.
All right. Let's get back over here to the code. And so we've got, so this is the part that changes between these two. Which makes me think Here's how I think I want to handle that. I want to create an enum, call it move type, maybe. And the move type can either be the start or the duration, like that. And we don't need any more, like that. And this is, I'm actually going to call this event move type, like that. And then what I want to do is something along these lines. I want to say event move type, give it a name, and then set that equal to start, like this. And then I want to come down here and I want to say, let's change this to new time, like this. And then I want to say if event move type is equal to start, then we're going to do this, like that. Otherwise, we're going to expect it to be duration and change duration, like that. And then I think what I want to do is take all of this and extract it into its own function. And we're going to call this, handle mouse move, like that. And now I can inline this temp. And there's handle mouse move. Okay, so now that means in my preview mouse move down here, we're going to call this I'm going to rename this to resize rectangle preview mouse down, like that. And down here, I'm going to pass in duration. Wait, not the mouse down. Hold on. Wrong one. This one. Right here. One more time. Resize, rectangle, preview mouse move. And we're going to pass it in that. Okay. This I don't think we need anymore. I don't think there are any more of these. There's not. I just hit the tab key. That invokes CodeRush's tab to next reference feature. Because I didn't move anywhere, that told me it was the only one around. So I'm just going to select that and delete it. And then this last one is this preview mouse up. What's going on here? I think this can be reused as well. We don't need a separate preview mouse up over here. So let's just change that and we'll come back over here. By the way, I did that really quickly. Let me show you what I did here. Let me undo this a second. Come back over here. So I want to restore the other one to the original. So I hit tab to next reference. That drops a marker for me. I backspace, and then I hit escape to jump back. Then I do selection increase and delete. So with just a few keystrokes, like something like 4 or 5 keystrokes, I do all that. So that's CodeRushed helping me out there. Okay, so now we've got our mouse up, and we've got our mouse move is the only different piece. And now we should be able, let's see if we can figure this part out here. So this, the duration, our start's not going to change, but our entry dot duration is going to be equal to my new time. Hold on, my mouse time. Yeah, this is the new end time is what this is. So we'll say this is the new time minus entry.start. Bot's still bugging, the bot's not working? That's weird and sad. Why is that the case? What's going on? Do I see any error messages in Mr. Announcer Bot? Huh. There's Mr. Announcer Bot right there. Let me try. Mr. Announcer Bot's in the overlay bot. Let me go. Should I really refresh the cache? I'll try refreshing the cache on that and see if that helps at all. Okay, dot start, like that. So entry duration is new time minus entry dot start. We should probably set a min like this so we can't go create a negative duration or even a duration less than like say 1/10 of a millisecond or something like that. So hold on a second. So let's see, duration is equal to new time minus entry start. Let's do this. Let's introduce a local for this. And we're going to call this new duration, like that. And then we're going to say if a new duration is less than TTS timespan.0. If it's negative, then we're going to say entry, or let's do this actually. Let's create a minimum, because even a 0 is not happy for me. Yeah, not working, is it, Will? Why is that? I wonder if it's related. And can we debug this? We might be able to debug this actually. All right, let's debug this for a second. I'm going to switch gears for a minute. It's like a commercial break. And let's see, we are running. So the command for is in the overlay bot is where we want to go. So let's open up the overlay manager rather. The overlay manager, is that right? No, it's Mr. Announcer bot. Sorry, Mr. Announcer bot. And we're going to set a breakpoint here and figure out what's going on with those commands. On chat command received. Let's see if we get anything in there. I set a breakpoint here. And what's going on with that? That's not good. It is not responsive. And still not responsive. Okay, so maybe we won't change gears on that. Really? What's interesting is I'm not seeing the not responsive, but I'm like clicking all over the place up here. And how's the stream going? The stream looks good. Still sending data up. I'm not sure. I wonder if it's related to the exception as we started, because that was also unusual. This is not responsive and not telling me it's not responsive. I think what I'm going to do is kill it. Let's try that. We're going to kill it and restart and see if we can get Mr. Announcer bot back, because I haven't made any changes to this. Now we got to figure out which one of these is the right one to kill. What's going on with CPU, by the way? I'm going to bet this is the, yeah, this looks like this is the one I want to kill right there, because it's got all of these processes here. So let's go ahead and end that task. Does that do it? Is that going to take it out? Nope. Did I kill my other one? Really? I killed the other one? Ugh, fine. All right. Let's kill this one. There we go. All right. I feel like refreshed the minute that all went away. Still have stuff running, which is interesting too. So let's kill this. Let's kill all the instances of Chrome that I've got out there. Let's start back up Mr. Announcer bot. Fine, let's recover those. It's interesting. I started up with the Mr. Announcer bot, but because I chose recover, I bet it's going to open up timeline control. Okay, let's try again. I'll start up Mr. Announcer bot again in a different instance of Visual Studio. Coin count is reset. Maybe something broke. I usually just move the mouse really fast over the window to see if the CPU changes to detect the right process. And if the CPU changes, that means it's the one that's not locked, I guess. Is that right? Is that what we're doing? That's kind of a really interesting trick. I'm going to try that next time. Oh, I've got Mr. Announcer bot here. Oh, it did open it in each one. Okay, well, I want to come back over here and go to the timeline control. So I got timeline control here. I'm going to minimize that for now. We're going to come back into Mr. Announcer bot. Multiple startup projects. Let's just double check this, because this was something I also was odd. When I tried to start it up, it said, sorry, you can't start. And when I came in here, everything was set to none again. And I was like, what? But here we go. We've got the, where are we starting up? That, and that. Good. So let's start. See what happens. And then we'll refresh the cache out here on the stream. We'll do that for everything. Let me come back over here. I want to do a refresh cache on all three of these here. So I've got 3 layers here. I'm refreshing them one at a time here. Refresh the cache, Dragon Game properties, refresh the cache. Interesting, when I'm refreshing the cache, I'm not seeing, here we go, refresh the cache, okay. And let's switch to this view, come back over here. All right, here we go. See what's happening. Mr. AnnouncerBot has arrived. Okay, well that's good news. So yeah, kind of interesting, right? I just shut down, killed Visual Studio, brought it back in, rebuilt and started, and it appears to be working as it was working yesterday. So let's see if we can control.
Awesome!
We can control Mr. AnnouncerBot. Excellent. So, okay. Mr. AnnouncerBot is back. Oh, Mr. AnnouncerBot doesn't like fixed. I think your fix didn't work, Will.
Too bad.
Yeah, it didn't work because it happened, I think, yeah, well, I don't know. Hard to tell. It's 19.4 minutes, so it's 20 seconds ago. So so basically, or is that right? 20? No, it's more than 20 seconds. It's about 40 seconds ago. So the fix there from before, I didn't see anything happen, but that could have come in. There could be a bug there in terms of why it thinks it said it. You did send it through the chat room. Maybe it said, okay, it's been said, but then it saw that the display was something it couldn't put it over, and so it stopped it. Maybe, I don't know. Hard to tell for sure. Okay. Interesting. Let's see what happens when I do a fixed.
Fixed!
Okay. All right.
Awesome!
All right. So we're going to jump back over. We'll jump back over into this view right here. And let's go to our timeline. Here's our timeline control. And we were where? Where the heck were we? I have completely, I know where we were. We were over here. Nope, over here. And we were figuring out this. And I think what I want to do is this, is I want to have a variable of type time span, and it's going to be the min time min duration. Is what I'm going to, this is going to be, and this is going to be TTS dot from seconds, and I'm going to pass in 0.1. So the shortest it can be is 1/10 of a second. That's what at least I'm going to say for this. Can I make this a const? Can I do that with a time span? Because I cannot. Okay, fine. All right, so there's my min duration. And so if new duration is less than min duration, then I can just do this. It's equal to that. Then I can say duration is equal to new duration. That might be all I need to do. How exciting would that be if that all worked? That would be a second record, I think, for getting 2 major changes in. Let's run it and see if we can get that. Okay, dragging it over. Here we go. Definitely not working as well as I wanted it to. It's like it's subtracting a bunch from it. There's some code problem here. All right, let's take a look at it. The new duration is that, boy, it sure looks good to me here. The new time, milestone time plus time moved, that feels like it should be the same. It should not matter. All right, let's just see what our values are when we come in here for the first time. Click on that and move it. Okay, so here we go. New duration. The new duration is the new time. Wait. Oh, I got to get the end of this, I think. The new time is going to be the new end, right? No, wait. Hold on. Yeah, because I moved it to the left a bit, right? This entry starts at 3 seconds. Hold on, I want to run this again and make sure I'm looking at the right entry. That entry, okay, hold on. I got to mouse up this thing here. It's not, I got to stop my breakpoint and mouse up inside to stop this here. Hold on. Okay. So let's try this one more time. So let's do this. Hold on, let me just run it again so I know the durations of everything. Okay, so the first one is 3 seconds long. That means this one starts at 3 seconds and ends at 5. Let's set a breakpoint here. See what happens now. Okay, so my new time is way off. My new time, the time moved. Am I doing something wrong up here? Distance, this to get position X, this X, that should all be all right. That looks all good. The distance moved. The time moved is that much. My new time is my mouse down time. My mouse down time was at 3 seconds. Hold on. Let's make sure what's going on here. Oh, that's my problem. Okay, so we need something different here. Hold on a second. Let's stop this. We need, just like we had over, we need something like this right here. Hold on. Where is it? Just like we had this piece here, we need that in our mouse down. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So event move type is that. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to say, hey, if the event move type is equal to that dot start, then we're going to do this. Else we're going to do this. End. Okay? That's going to make me really happy. Next, we're going to take all of this and we're going to extract it out. Do its own function, and we're going to call this handle mouse down, like that. And we're going to inline this temp, like that. Okay, good. And now guess what, kids? We need to go back over here to our second rectangle here, and in its mouse down, we can't reshare it. We need a different one. And let's go to it. I just hit the tab key to jump right to it. And this is going to be duration. And now I'm going to say change this to the resize rectangle. Rectangle, preview mouse down, like that. And now I'm going to run it. And now, what do you want to bet it's going to work? Let's see if this works now. Here we go. Whoops. Just clear my breakpoint. Hold on a second. Let's move it over here. Here we go. Nice. And it's got a minimum, that minimum width right there, which we can't get shorter than. Okay? This hand is not the grab, it's the point one, which is kind of like the click on something. I guess we can use it. Yeah, I guess it's good. I'm okay with that. All right, so that looks and feels pretty good. So not bad. 40 minutes in and we've got something kind of working. All right, next, I want some feedback. I want to know when the start time is and when the end time is. So to do that, I need to do an adorner, is what I need to do. Either that or a floating tooltip. But I'm going to use an adorner because I did a little bit of research this morning and I discovered that this is the better way to do it based on what we want to do here rather than a floating one. Because the adorner, what the adorners do is they give you a layer. There's probably another hand in there as well. All right, let's go look for it. Let's go see if I've got another one in there. I should probably just search for, yeah, only one hand. Grab, is there a grab? Nope. And as I recall, creating custom cursors in WPF is difficult to do. It's pretty involved. All right, so adorner overview. So the adorner gives you this layer on top of everything else that you can draw onto. And even if my control is inside another control, I can overlap outside of that. So it's really good for creating like grab handles, for moving things around, or other kinds of control elements. Like if we look over at, if we go back over to PowerPoint and I drop in, like say an arrow, for example, control, we've got these grab handles here. We've got this piece like this and this right here. These could all be implemented in WPF using adorners. Okay, they can take mouse click hits, and they can also essentially say, I'm going to transparently pass through to whatever's below me if they want to as well. So that's what we want to do. I'm going to start with basically two pieces in here. I'm going to take this sample code for this, which draws circles on the corners, and let's at least start with that. Copy, and come over here. I'm going to throw this up in this file for now. Just pop it up at the top. Let's stop. So there's my simple circle adorner. I'll move it to its own file. Let's go ahead and do that. Move type to file. Okay, then how do we instantiate this guy? Okay, on render, that's here. Okay, here we go. The following example binds a simple circle adorner to a text box. So what we want to do, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to take that code and we are going to go to our mouse down, handle mouse down. We want to bind to the rectangle is what we want to do. So we're going to come in here and we're going to get an adorner layer for the rectangle. And then we're going to create a new one and add it to the layer. And I think I need something. What's my adorner layer? What is that? Use the static method called get adorner layer. Oh, it's just a local variable. Okay, so I just need to declare this like that. All right, let's see if that works. Just that alone, and we're going to run with that sample code. All right. So I move it. Okay, cool. Now I'm noticing that these over here, they're kind of doing their own thing, and I'm not sure why. But to be honest, I don't really care for the move. As long as these two are right where I want them to be, and as long as they're there, I can put, the thing I want to put is going to be in the same spot. So for whatever's not working on this, I don't really care about it. Oh, it's like it's adding this position to the outer position over here. It's kind of interesting. Oh, I wonder if that is because of the margin. It's basically saying what I really want is to go from here to here. Let's look at this code a second. Get desired size. So I wonder if the desired size has to do with the margin and if that's what's going on. And then we're just saying, but it's interesting that it's taking it from this position. All right. The other thing that's kind of interesting about this that I'm just now noticing is, hold on, let me start again here. Let me show you what's going on here so you can see it. Okay. So if I just click this once, one mouse down and release. Take a look at that. See the color there? Now watch this. One mouse down and release, but now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See what's happening here with these adorners? We're actually putting the same adorner up multiple times because we're doing it every time there's a click, which means we need to be cleaning up the adorner or maybe finding it and making changes to it. My thoughts are I want to clean it up is what I think I want to do on that. So let's do that next. Let's make sure there's only one no matter how many clicks. So is there a find in here by chance? Is there a find? Find find adorner is what I was looking for. Is there a remove? There's a remove that takes an adorner. Okay, so if we save our adorner, we can remove it. And I don't think we could store it. Could we store it locally as well? We might try that too. Get the adorner later. Here's where we're creating. This is what we would have to store if we wanted to modify it. All right, let's do that. Let's play with that. Let's create a new local variable. And we're going to call this our adorner. Fine. Let's widen scope to promote to field. So we put it up here. And then I think I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to say, hey, if it's null, then let's create a new instance of it. Can you check if there's anything in the my adorner layered at first? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I was like, maybe there's something in here. There's adorners. Maybe I'm like not trying hard enough. Get adorners. Okay. So there, oh, I could do that. I guess. Oh, but you know what I have to do? I just realized I was expecting one adorner and reusing it, but I have to bind the adorner to the rectangle is what I have to do. So hold on a second. Hold on. Where is it? This I don't want. I think what I want instead is a dictionary of the adorners is what I think I want that are indexed by the rectangle. So let's do this. A new dictionary of objects, and actually like that, but maybe I guess I could change this to a rectangle like that here and here. So there is my dictionary. These are my, I'm going to call this adorners. So now I'll be able to bind to a particular, where was I? Should be here, and no, not mouse move. Here it is right here. Okay. So now what I want to do, so get adorner layer. Now I want to do is I want to say, let's do this. This is an adorner like that. Is my list, I forget, did I just do my adorners.add? Oh, it's of type simple. Okay, hold on. There, rectangle. Okay, so there's my add. And so I'm tracking it. And then in my mouse up, I'm going to take it down. I'm going to remove it, is what I'm going to do. And here's my mouse up right here. Okay. So now what I want to do here is I want to say, hey, if adorners dot contains key, isn't that right? Isn't it contains key? There's a contains key right there. Of the rectangle, if that's the case, then adorners of the rectangle, no, not what I wanted. That one. Adorners, I want to say the adorner layer. Hold on, I gotta go get my adorner layer again. There's my adorner layer. Then I'm going to say, grab that right there. This is going to be my adorner layer dot remove. And then it's going to take that piece out right there. Okay, get rid of that. I don't need that. So if the adorner, if our adorners is out there and contains it, then we're going to remove the adorner from there. But then we also need to remove it from the list as well. Check it out. I got to remove. And can I just put in the key? Yep, the rectangle. I know that seems strange, but I don't think I've ever really done a remove from the dictionary before. And I think that might be all I need to do. I think, to make sure this doesn't get added more times. Let's see if that works. Okay, so now click it once, and I remove. Yeah, as soon as I remove, it's gone. So click down, drag, and then remove. Okay, good. So next, what I want to do is I want to actually make it do something that's more functional than drawing these things on it. So let's go take a look at that. The simplest circle adorner. Let's rename this, because I'm running. Let's rename this to an event time adorner, maybe like that. So we're going to rename that. Use CodeRushed to rename the file to match the type. So we've now got event time adorner up there, and it's modified it over here as well. And the code in here, here's that get adorned element rect. It does give us the correct left and top and bottom, but it's not giving us the right. The right's not working, but I don't care about that, I think, for right now. I don't think I need any of this. I'm going to comment this out and draw a circle. I don't need to do any of this. I'm going to just comment this out. What I want to do is I want to draw some text here. And is there a draw text? There is. And formatted text. Looks like I need to create a formatted text. Hold on a second. Formatted text like that, I think is what it was. Okay. So we want to put this in here. Okay, culture info. What's going on? I'm missing a semicolon here. Trying to format this, reformat this. Why is it not formatting? I understand. I'm hitting. Is it just really going to be okay with that? I'm going to do this. The string, we have to decide what to send out to it. So I think what I need, adorned element. The adorned element is the rectangle. Hugo's suggesting maybe a count. Sorry, Hugo. It looks like, I think you said that a while ago, and I'm not sure what that refers to. But if you think that's still something I should pay attention to, let me know. Hold on, draw text. What does this need here? The point, the origin. Okay, so the origin on this is going to be the bottom left. The bottom left is where I want to put that. Okay, so there's draw text. Text string I need here. Hold on a second. So I think what I want to do is I want to create a property over here. And do I need it to be a dependency property? Is my question. I think I don't because I'm rendering it. I don't think I need to. So I just need a property of type time span here. So I'm going to type in P for property, or maybe A for auto implemented, and then TS like that. And we're going to call this our start time, like that. Okay, and then the text string, we're just going to come up here and say start time dot toString. You could call there. And what's going on here? Oh. Obsolete. Use pixels per dip op override. What does that mean? That's what that means. What the hell is that? Oops, excuse my language. Hold on. Let's get over here. What was it again? Formatted text obsolete. It's kind of a funny name, pixels per dip. I'll take that. I'll totally take that. Okay, so it looks like it's just needing one more parameter like that is what I think it needs. Okay, so with that now, and I'm drawing the text, and so we're just going to use this Verdana. It's going to be probably giant with the 32 points on it. The start time is here. We haven't set this yet, so we need to set that. Let's figure out where to do that. That's going to be in, I think, that's going to be in our mouse move. Oh, by the way, are we using find parent anymore? We're not. Let's kill that. It's so funny. I put this in and kill it. I've done this twice, I think, on the show, where I've gone out, found that, copied it, put it in because I thought I needed it, and later found out I didn't need it. All right, so it's kind of here. And but we need the, so we're gonna, let's do this. I'm gonna move all of these down to here. And I'm gonna add a block delimiters here and a block delimiters there. And I'm gonna say adorner dot start time is equal to, right, entry dot start. And down here, I'm going to say it's equal to entry dot end, right? And I think I'm going to rename this just to event time. That's what I'm going to do. So there's event time right there instead. And so we're just going to put the event time out there. And I think that's going to work. Is that going to work for both of these? Holy cow. Let's run it and see. Let's see what happens if we do that. I'm going to be super excited. Okay, here's the move. The move is absolutely not working. Oh, wait. But we're not, hold on. We are not, I think I need to do this. Like copy this and put this in my mouse move handler, my handle mouse move right here. Yeah, I got to do it right, put this right in here. So let's set a breakpoint and do that. And then just paste this in for a second. We don't need that. We don't need that. We need the adorner changes. We need one here. And we need one, well, I could do, hold on a second. Do I have an adorner in here at all? I don't. Okay, so I need to grab the adorner. Yeah, I'm going to, I don't know. I'm not a fan of two of these checks in a row. Yeah, okay, so let's do this. We're going to do this. We're going to put this up here, and we're going to put this down here, like this. And then we're going to go get the code to grab the adorner, see if we can find that. Like this. Put this up here. Adorner. It's an, what do we call it? An event time adorner. Adorner is equal to, or actually nothing right there. Then we're going to say, hey, if that is the case, wait, we don't have rectangle yet. Because we're not getting rectangle here. Okay, so let's go find rectangle. The code for that, it's just this on the mouse move. Oh, there's no sender being sent in. Let's add that. We can do it right here. Just hit the CodeRushed key, choose add parameter, type in sender. CodeRushed will figure out the type and update all the calls automatically. And then take me to all the other calls as well. Super fast way to make that whole thing work. Okay, so let's see. We've got a sender coming in here. We've got a rectangle. Now we're going to say, let's set this equal to null right here. And then we're going to say event time adorners equal to adorners of rectangle. Semicolon. Okay. By the way, I'm here. I hit the semicolon. CodeRushed takes me out to the end of the line. It's awesome feature. Okay. So then I'm going to come down here. Do that. Is that working or no? Wait, what did I just have a fundamental lack of understanding? What is going on here? Didn't like that, but it was okay with this. I thought that was... All right, note to self, learn that syntax because I thought that should totally work. And event time is equal to entry.end. Okay, now let's see if we get this thing working. Run, nope. What's my edit? Okay, let's kill it and restart it. Here we come. Move. Okay. Not bad. Like, you know, a lot of stuff. What happens here? Nice. Nice. Look, and we even see the min value right there. Oh, wait, this didn't do it. Huh. Why is that 1.44 and this other one? Do I have to go to 0 or something? That's weird. Hold on. Oh, I'm sending out the duration, the end, and I bet I need to send out the duration. This is wrong, not the end. Okay, try again. Like that. See if that works. Okay. What's this? Item with the same key has already been added. I wonder if that's because of the start and stop. I have a feeling that might be because of the debug. Let's see if I can duplicate that bug. Get that again. Okay, so here we go. There's my point 1. And there's my point 1. That's what I wanted to see. Okay, so not functionally not bad, but from a UI standpoint, it needs some fixing. So we need to fix that. And I'm not seeing any evidence that that bug is a repeatable kind of thing. I think it was because I had the breakpoint and created a second one. I don't think there's a way. Is there a way? There's nothing. I'm doing all kinds of clicking to kind of create these, and I think we're cleaning up effectively. I think what happened is the mouse up didn't happen, so we didn't remove it, and that's why we had the bug that the key entry item had already been added. Other than that, though, like, look at this. I'm able to move these around. It's pretty cool. All right, so next, we want to make it look pretty. So let's do that. I can actually kind of do this.
Awesome!
Edit and continue. Yeah, I agree. I would say awesome, Will Bennett. That is not bad. So let's, I'm going to try and use edit and continue on this. And we're going to mess with this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that typeface down to, like, say 16 maybe. I think I'm going to keep the black, and I want to draw a rectangle behind it. So let's do that. Let's see, do we have a fill? We have no fill. So we have a draw rectangle. Ooh, there's a draw rounded rectangle. I like rounded rectangles. Let's do that. We need a brush. Okay, let's get ourselves a brush. Hold on a second. Let's take this. I really don't like green. Actually, let's do this though. Let's just use CodeRushed to find a kind of a light yellow kind of thing, like there. So kind of a barely yellow is what we'll take. I don't need any opacity. I don't think I need, should I do a pen around it? Let's do a pen around it. Why not? let's come in here. We'll do this. We'll grab that color and we'll make it darker like this. So we have just this subtle border around it. And the radius is going to be, instead of 5, we'll make it a 0 point. Let's just make it 1. Okay, so it would be 1 pixel around. Oh wait, hold on, render radius. That's over here for this. I'm sorry, I was imagining I was here. That's what I'm thinking, and this is what I want to change to 1 right there, the pen width. Okay, so I've got my render pen, my render brush. Let's just rename these to brush and pen respectively, like that. On the right, it would work. I see. Well, sorry. Well, feel like I'm getting your comments. Like I'm not watching them as they're coming in. So my apologies on that. I'm not sure what that is referring to. On the right, it would work. I have a feeling we've passed that already. So I think I can delete all this. I don't need that. Although, wait a second. I think I need this stuff right here. I need at least like that. So let's do this. Let's just hold that, put that out there. So draw a rounded rectangle. What do you need? What's a brush first? So we'll pass in brush, pen. We're saying the null operator variable property. On the right, it would work. It doesn't work on assignments. Is that what it is? It doesn't work on assignments or calls? That's kind of a little bit like a limitation I would not expect with that. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I guess that makes sense in a way. Yeah. Oh, it does work on calls. Okay. So it works on calls, but oddly not on a property assignment. A property assignment is like a call to a set method. Why would it not work on that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think Will and I might be in agreement as to why that doesn't seem to make sense. At least for me, it doesn't make sense. Okay. So what else do we need here? We need a rectangle. So let's create a new rectangle. So I'll type in NR here. And that's going to be a new rect. And what are our options here? Size, 0.1, 0.2. Let's do that. Let's go grab this as, actually I don't want the top left, I want the bottom left as 0.1. And 0.2 is, I think I want, what do you have here? It's a shortcut for if something is not null. So Hugo's saying it's a shortcut for if the reference is not null. So you can do the thing, set it the thing. But if the thing is null, then what? Well, I'm thinking nothing happens. We just skip the line. Will says, left line, I think it wouldn't make sense to put it on the left. The value is being assigned. The operator is meant to return a value or null. I see. Okay. Still though, it's like A dot B equals, hold on a second. It's like A dot set. Hold on. Let me just I typed both those into the chat room right there. My vision of this, right, is A question mark dot B is equal to 2, right? But I guess I understand that they're saying, okay, it's going to return a value. But if you're telling me it works on calls, right, then there's really no functional difference between those two. And I typed those in the chat room, but I can type it in over here. In other words, hold on a second. Let's explore this a second here. Let's create a new class. The class is going to be called A, and it's going to have a function in it called setB, and it's going to take in an int, the new B, like that, and like that. And where it's going to say B is equal to a new B, like that. And then I'm going to have a property as well of type int, and I'm going to call that B. And we've got that part right there. So basically the setter is there, this piece is there, right there. Inside the constructor, I am going to say, no, let's create another class over here, test class, and inside this test class constructor, I'm going to say new A, like that, declare local A, and then I'm going to say A dot B equals 0, and then I'm going to say A, can I call a set B on it? I could if it was public or something. Whoops. Public, like that. Let's go back. And can I make a call on it, set B of 0? Is it going to work? Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I think this is a pretty compelling argument for it should work. It should work there for property assignments. It's kind of stunning to me that it does not. If it works here, why not here? They're equivalent. They're functionally equivalent. Okay, so that was that little exploration into what Mark thinks C# should be. And okay, so we are still here in our onRender. Apply apples and oranges, my friend. I still am arguing to disagree. The operator returns a value. Checking on a call is really for delegates. Is the return delegate null? Hugo says, from what my quick Googling with Bing turns up, the way it's done is that the null coalescing is returning a value. Okay, then why can I call? Why can I do it as a set, though? That's the thing I don't understand. If it's returning a value and we're arguing, well, this is null, why is it possible for me to do this right here? That is arguably a bad thing, I think, or something I shouldn't be able to do. Anyway, it's me. Hold on, let's edit. Let's get rid of these guys. Okay, it's still, this has been what Mark thinks C# should be. Will Bennett says it's treating the method as a delegate. Okay. Alrighty, let's keep going here. We're in the onRender. I've got this. What do we have here? We need the rectangle. We need the bottom right. So for that, I need another point, I think. Point, we'll call this bottom right, I guess. That's equal to new point. And we're going to go start with the bottom left dot X, and then we're going to add the text width, which I haven't created yet. And then we're going to take the bottom left dot Y, and we're going to add to that the text height, like that. Hugo says, yeah, I can see how it makes sense that it could work like that, but the other issue is, what if you expect the assignment to happen or never fail? Well, yeah, I'm still, for whatever argument you're making, right, you're still basically saying that there's a fundamental difference between B is equal to 0 and set B of 0, right? I'll put those in the chat room. You're basically saying that those are two fundamentally different things, and I can make the argument that they are functionally identical. In other words, if the language worked the way I'm expecting it to, would you guys both be arguing that it's not the way it should be? Or would you be like, no, of course it makes sense, right? So I'm kind of in that world right there. I'm living in that alternate reality where it does make sense to do it. Okay, back over here to the code here. Let's get this so it looks nice here. So text width, we need to declare that. That's going to be a new variable type double. Text width is equal to, can we get it from this baby? How exciting would that be? Let me move this up. See if this has got like a measure string on it or something like that. It does not. Although it does have a line height. Oh, that's line spacing. And it has a height. That's what I want right there. Look at that. Okay, so then let's see if there's a width. Okay, Perfect. Just double check that. Gets the width between the leading and trailing alignment points of a line, including any trailing whitespace characters. That's awesome. That is awesome. Have I talked about how good WPF is? We're going to change this one to height. Okay, so we've got those two pieces here. There's our bottom right. What's wrong with our rect? Do we not have a semicolon? We're missing a semicolon there. Okay, get to the bottom right here. Let's do one other thing. I'm seeing these lines are long. I've got this chunk right here. Can I introduce a local for these? All of these? And we're going to say the text top left. Like that. Now we've got a rect. Ooh, and a radius. Let's declare a new constant type double, and that's going to be, we'll call it radius, and we'll set that equal to like 3 maybe. See what that looks like. Radius and radius. Okay. Holy cow, are we ready to hit run? Let's see what we look like. Whoops. Okay, this is the problem before when we hit the breakpoint. I think we're okay. Well, let's just hit run and run one more time to start it up. Okay. So I don't like that background color, but it's drawing a background at least. I want to change the, hold on. Where's this? I want to fix this right here. Okay. I am not into, this color is not as bright as I want it to be. Excuse me. This. And what are we talking about here? What is it? It's like 0 dot that, I think. Let's see if that's correct. Input strings, definitely not that. Let's go find that. C# format string 2 decimal places. Format colon. Did I not do a colon? That's it. Colon. And then that, maybe? Whoops, for some reason I lost the colon. Nope. Am I not getting this right? Let's do this. Is there some others? Oh, wait, I'm missing these. Is that my problem? Nope. What is wrong here? What am I doing wrong? Let's go down and add that to the watch, actually. See if I can play with it down here at all. Why didn't it add it as a watch? Yep. Definitely doesn't like that. And that one doesn't like. Can I not do, I should be able to do it in a 2-string call, I'm pretty sure. All right, let's try this instead. Let's do this. Let's just do string.format instead. And we'll figure that out using this. I wonder if it's, no, never mind. All right, so let's do this. String.format call, I think I have to select that whole thing. Use string.format. There it is right there. 0 dot. 0, 0. see what happens here. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, that's good. That should work. Hold on. Let's see. Nope. What is my problem? What am I missing? Something obvious. It's a time span. That's it. That's been my problem like the whole time. Is that what it is? Okay, thanks everybody. So thank you. Who did that? Clive Bunting, you totally saved me. Hugo says, yeah, I guess you have a point. Sad Panda, email Anders. Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk to Anders anymore because of the restraining order, and I'm not even in the gag order. I'm not allowed to talk about this restraining order either. So, so I can't respond to that particular comment. Totally kidding on everything I just said. Clive Bunting, thank you so much. Holy cow, super awesome on there. Really appreciate that save right there. That's exactly what I. That's kind of exactly what I did. That's exactly where I was going. I was going to go with he's awesome, and you beat me to it. But I had my button right over that, my finger right over that. Will, thank you so much. Yeah, good job, Clive. Sometimes that happens. I get like, lost in space. Hold on one second. All right, so we need our total seconds here is what we need. I'm just going to put total seconds here. And I think that's it. Holy cow, is that going to fix us? Sometimes I get disappointed in myself. I'm like, oh, that was not good. I heard my wife from the other, room say, yeah, there we go. I'm disappointed too. Yeah, sometimes you're disappointed too. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, cool. So now look, we line it up right here. We're at 3 seconds. Good. We got a problem though when we first hit it. I think I know where that problem is. It said 5 seconds at the beginning. I think my event time assignment is, hold on, start, and here's the problem. Duration. This needs to be duration here. This is in the mouse down, right there. So set a breakpoint there, come down here, hit the mouse down, duration, that's what we wanted. It said 5 seconds for just a brief moment, and I realized that's where the bug is. Okay, so let's do one more time here. Line it up about there. Come out. What? Item with the same name. We know that bug. It's because I'm breaking while the mouse is down. And I never cleanly get out of it. Okay. I suppose I could add some code to fix that. So now I hold the mouse down. I get 2 seconds immediately, which is perfect. That's its duration. And now I can set its duration. Look at that. It's not bad. This is too dark for me though. That background is too dark. Let's fix that. That's over here. Why is that still too dark? Let's get out over here, brighter, and just say, okay, start it. That's better. Yeah, this is totally usable. This is what we want. This is going to be able to hold all of our effects together, allow us to line them up like this. Now one of the things that's interesting is because we're only showing 2 decimal places, it kind of is almost like a snap 2 in that I can get it saying 3 seconds, even though in reality it's probably 3.0001 or 2 or something like that, right? Danacron 5 is now following. By the way, Danacron 5, when you follow, you are automatically entered in to win a copy of CodeRushed, which I'm using to code. So
CodeRushed.
Here you go, CodeRushed. So yeah, our effects this will be so awesome for lining up our effects and putting them in. So what's cool is we'll be able to do that on Tuesday. We'll be able to put these in, integrate this control in with the stuff on Tuesday. Let me just do one thing before we kind of start to wrap up here. I want to get to my main window. Actually, maybe 2 things. One mistake I made when we started this is I just started this as a WPF app and added my control, but the control should really be in its own DLL. And so what I want to do is I want to, instead of moving stuff around, because that kind of messes with version control, right? It's like all of a sudden we had a file and then it's gone. I want to see if I can convert a WPF project to a WPF DLL. What do I have to do? What do I have to edit to make that change? Wait. Hugo sees a problem, is that right? The times don't align. The far left isn't always 0. Wait, I didn't notice that. Let's run that a second. And actually, before we run it, hold on, I'm going to close it a second, because what I wanted to do is I wanted to go in here, view code. I wanted to add another entry down here. And it's going to have a start time of 1 and a span of 1. And this will be called test 3. And add another entry. This will be a 4 and a span of 0.5. Like that. And that'll be test 4. Good. And now I want to run it. Let's run it. So now we have a few more entries in here. The far left isn't always 0. Let's look at that. And here we have this setup right here. Yeah, it's starting to look really professional, isn't it? Let's see what we got. I got 0, 0. Are you saying that now, one of the things I've noticed is that this is not right the same distances from the top. It looks like there's something blocking us there, and I think that's the list box data template. But I'm seeing a 0 on each of these as in the far left. I think the far left is pretty much 0. And again, from our purposes, right, the difference between a snap to is going to be and where it actually is an imperceptible difference. Try resizing. Let me see this. Are you talking about this? This is that limit that we put in, that it could never get smaller than 0.1 seconds. That was a limit we put in there in the control. So I think we're good on that. I don't see the bug if there's a bug. I could have sworn I saw 0 being where it started at some point. I don't know. It could have been a bug. If I click on it and start to drag it. So if I click here and start to drag, it shows 0 off to the left because I'm dragging the left side. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think this is like totally usable. Not bad, because it's like what? This is we're at about 5 hours worth of work, 4.5 hours worth of work so far on this. Is that right? Does that count? Our first day was not as good, but not bad. Basically, after moving one away from the far left, letting go and moving again, where we started looking like 0. I'm not seeing that. Yeah, so if I move this 1.91, come up, click it, it's 1.91. I think we're good. We might have had a bug that we fixed, but we did make a change to the ending piece. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good, and it feels relatively intuitive. Like I could figure this out without any instructions. So I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, everything we need is, I think, here. Next, so we'll work on there. Hugo says it does look good. I'm with you on that, Hugo. It's just like, and I think this was your suggestion to do this as its own control. If I'm recalling correctly, your suggestion was, hey, this could be a useful thing.
Miles, let's ship
There
it!
we go. Yeah, I like it. We could implement a snap to, where it's like come near the end of something, it could go chunk and just jump to it. And then get rid of snap to with the Alt key down. But to do that, we'd have to know all the other pieces, look where those pieces are, and see if it's close to one of those points. We could do that. I've never implemented snap to before. However, I'm like, I'm feeling like, again, like it's like lunchtime, and I'm going to go get some food is what I think I'm going to go do. Yeah, make a version 2 feature is what Hugo's suggesting. We can do that later if we want to. For our purposes, for the Dungeons and Dragons app, it does not need to be a snap to. We just need to get it close, be able to hit play, watch the effects as they're all, scattered out like that, and watch them play. We're going to have to create a kind of a timing ability in our TypeScript. So we'll be doing that next time too, I think. Next time we're going to be integrating this control into the Dungeons and Dragons app so we can send a group of effects out with the timing set up. And And for the precision, you can also store it with 2 decimal points, says Hugo. So sure, we could definitely do that. That's actually a totally good suggestion, because we will not need precision beyond that. We just need 2 decimal points in there anyway. So another good suggestion. And we'll be able to see, and for our test, we'll do the example I've been talking about, where you take some potions. So it'll be like, you'll hear the sound effect, glub, 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 some special effects around the character, a poof of smoke, and some sound effects like the poof sound effect, and maybe another sound effect like a magical kind of, twinkling sound or something like that, like the potions taking effect. So I'm excited to do that. All right. Every day, every episode, we give away a copy of CodeRushed to one of our followers. Today is no different.
CodeRushed.
Giving away a copy of CodeRushed. Today's winner is, watch for it, dropping from up above in the visuals.
Dance battle.
No, Mr. Announcer Bot, we're not doing a dance battle.
Oops. Oopsie doodle.
Yeah. We're not giving that away. We're giving away...
It's a brand new car.
No, it's not a brand new car. It's a copy of...
CodeRushed.
That's right. And here it is. Today's winner is, watch for the winner dropping from the Visual Studio edit menus up above.
CodeRushed giveaway.
Here it comes. There it is. Right there.
Furkan Kambe.
Furkan Kambe. You have won a copy of CodeRushed. I will reach out to you on Twitch direct messaging, and that's good. Did Test Blood work, by the way, Hugo? I didn't see anything come out on there. Did it work? I feel compelled to try that. Test Blood. It did? Okay, good. Excellent. There's some blood right there. There it is, from the particle system we built. Yeah, 100th show, kids. We've done 100 of these shows. I'm sad Roy wasn't with us today, but we've made some cool things, right? They're all here. I wonder if I should stop doing cool things at some point in the future. I've been playing with this idea. I probably won't do it this year, but next year, I am thinking about switching over to something more serious and using software to make money in the stock market. Yeah. Sounds crazy. My wife's sex positive, also known as Karen Mangicotti over there, said yes. She's tired of the cool things and wants to see something, something a little more tangible. But I'm playing with that idea of doing something that basically uses machine learning and real money. I'll throw mine in there. And basically goes out and tries to make more money without me having to do a whole lot of stuff, right? That's kind of what I'm looking at, something along those lines. But we'll see, probably be about next year sometime. Although Hugo says explosions are in fact tangible. Hugo is correct. There we go. And I think that's it. Have Mr. InvestorBot invest our Twitch bits. Yeah. Sure, why not? We could do that too. That's pretty funny. We'll talk about that. That's like I say, I think that's a discussion for next year. Hey, everybody, thank you so much. Clive Bunting, that little bit you contributed totally saved me. Thank you so much for that. I definitely appreciate that. Clive, by the way, I'm going to reach out to you as well. I'm going to get you a copy of CodeRushed. If you want a copy of CodeRushed, Clive, just respond to my DM on Twitch. And we will get you a copy of CodeRushed as well for that awesome contribution that saved me during the show. And with that, we'll see everybody else. We'll see you all on Tuesday.